Okay, YouTube, this is a video help for anyone who has a Toyota Camry, and if your control radio panel looks like this and you have a bulb burnt out on your LCD screen, I can show you how to fix it. So you just need to have, if it looks like this, mine's a 99 Camry, and it works for, I think, 99 2001 it's for sure. Takes a little bit of do-it-yourselfing here, but first you got to take the radio out. Then you see these clips here. This right here. I don't know if you can see the light here. Let me get some better light. So you get the radio out, then you got to pry back on these little clips. Don't break them. You have to kind of get the two corners at the one time. Then you can kind of work your way around. Get two corners, go around, and this will come off right here. This piece, along with this. It'll all be one piece coming out. Then you need to take off the screws, because this will be attached to this still. And so here's all my little screws. Get a good screwdriver, something it's going to take micro screwdriver type, screws. So you've got the screws here, all these screws, and when you take those screws off, then this will separate. And you need to take these off, just pull on them. There's nothing fancy, just pull straight. And then you'll be able to get this off. This off. Okay, now it's going to take a little bit of soldering. So I've already got mine back together, so I'm going to just describe what you got to do. So where you see these right here, those you got to bend them straight. I just used a pair of straight end pliers, and you have to get them really straight. So I'm not sure if you can see here. You just take it and you go like this, just like that, and get it really straight in line with the board. Okay, so I'm not sure if you can see it, but I just made that one straight right here. So you got to do that with all of these here, and then on the ends, right here and right here, these are soldered. Okay. So this is where you got to have a good soldering gun or soldering iron, and you have to keep heating these two, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna try and take this whole thing off. So when you bend these straight, the bottom will become loose, but the top is held in place not only by these but by these two soldering joints. So you put your soldering iron on here, and then just lightly pull and kind of work it back and forth, back and forth. So when you get this off, right here, there's a light bulb right here, a little tiny one, and it's got a little plastic base, and you just take off, you just desolder the little light bulb, and it's got a little base that's black plastic. You got to save that. Okay, and the bulb, you'll see it's a surface mount type bulb. Here's my old bulb. That was in a little base. I'll show you an example of one. It's not the same one, but it's very similar. I can't stress enough, you've got to save the old base. Okay. So what you'll find is a bulb similar to this one. Okay, so it's got a little plastic base. And what you got to do on the old bulb, once you get it out, is it's kind of wrapped around the base. I'm sorry this camera doesn't have great focus this close up, but you have to unwrap the leads from the base and save the base. And if you want to do it all in one get-go, the bulb number you need is 8111. It's a 14-volt bulb. It's a T1 bulb. 8111. Okay, so and it'll come looking like this, the bulb. These bulbs, believe it or not, cost like 43 cents plus shipping. Google them. Yeah, you can find them on, where did I get mine? Just light bulb supplier stores on the internet. They're electronic stores. But this is the bulb number, 8111. And you get the new bulb, and then you have to stick it in the holes of the little base that you saved, little plastic base, because it is a specialized base just for this Toyota radio, the little tiny base. And you wrap the leads around the bottom just like the old bulb was, and you trim the leads after it's installed. So you'll give you an idea of how big the base was. If you look here, it's underneath here, and you have to move the little, there's a little green rubber boot on it. And you just put the new rubber boot, the old rubber boot, you put it back on the new light bulb. Oh, you can't see it from this side, but the bulb's over here. So, you solder the bulb back in, then you put this back, this metal piece back on, and you have to solder it, to get these back through the holes. And when you solder those back on, you have to push really hard and get this flush with this when you're soldering, okay? Because the connection between the LCD and the board is one of those little strips that's just kind of a pressure strip. So you push it back together, get the two solder points on really good, then you push it, keep pushing it, and then you rebend these pieces right here, because that's what's going to hold it onto the board, and then you just put the rest of it back together. You can test it before you put it all back in. It's really easy. I've already got my radio back in. Again, this is a 99 Camry. I believe this type of board and radio was also used on some 4Runners, but don't quote me on that. So I'll show you that it works. I guess it's daylight, so you won't be able to see it very well. But when I put a blanket over it to check it, and this lights up now, whereas before it was just dim all the time. The rest of the lights, these are all LEDs, so these don't ever burn out. But yeah, this works, and quite happy. You can do it yourself for, and again, you gotta look up the YouTube. You gotta take all this off, right? You gotta take this off before you get the before you try and take the radio pieces out. Right, when you actually do take the radio out for the first time, you'll need to unscrew these. I suggest taking the whole radio out. It's not hard. I just put mine back in because I'm just gonna be snapping the faceplate back on when I'm done. But yeah, you don't have to take any of this apart. Just those. Take the radio out. There's YouTube videos on that. Then you're gonna need to get those snaps off the corners, and then you'll be into the faceplate. Sorry, I guess I could have done this a little better if I had done it all in one day, but I was learning myself. And I thought I'd help, try and help others who are trying to do this. This is not a hard thing to do. If you have any soldering skills or any mechanical ability at all, this is very doable. You don't need to get rid of your radio because you can't see this at night. The key thing is you need to get the right bulb. You might want to get 2 of them. They're only 40-something cents a piece. I got them from, I think, Johnson Supply, light bulbs or something. There's also a place called like Bulb World or whatever. Just Google 8111 bulb and you'll find them. The shipping costs more than the bulb. So anyways, hope you found that helpful.